The threat for alert day conditions continue for parts of southern Wisconsin with a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for some areas till 11 o'clock. In a couple moments, we'll use Radar 3000 and Future Track to get you up to date with where the storms are.
New legislation cracking down on fake service animals in Wisconsin. We take a look at the current guidelines and how a proposed bill would change them.
The AmFam Championship is just a few days away. I got details ahead on the charitable efforts.
And that's all coming up on News 3 Now at 6. Good evening. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carlson. Thanks so much for watching tonight. We begin with a look at the severe weather that's been moving through southern Wisconsin all day.
The showers and thunderstorms have already moved through the area earlier today. This coming along with a continued poor air quality conditions due to wildfire smoke from Canada. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington now with your first warn forecast.
A lot going on between the air quality and the severe weather that we had earlier today. Severe thunderstorm warnings, and now we have a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of the WISC viewing area until 11 o'clock as alert day threats continue through at least the late evening hours. That severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for Iowa, Dane, Lafayette, Greene, and Rock counties. This would include communities Dodgeville, Madison, Darlington, Monroe, Evansville, Janesville, down towards Beloit. This is for a line of thunderstorms that currently has formed over southwest Wisconsin. It's moving very quickly at about 45 to 50 miles per hour. No severe thunderstorm warnings right now with this line of thunderstorms. Wind gusts probably between 30 to 45 miles per hour. Heavy downpours and lightning. That brings that into Waunakee here in just approximately 4 minutes. Middleton at 6:08 p.m. The Windsor area at 6:10 p.m. The Madison Airport at 6:15, and then Sun Prairie and Belleville as we approach a little bit after 6:20 this evening. Future Track brings that shower and thunderstorm activity nicely through here, meaning it's doing a good job capturing that with severe weather potential, that threat ending as we head towards 9, 10, 11 o'clock, and then just general showers and a couple isolated thunderstorms are expected after that. If we get any severe weather this evening, the primary threat is damaging winds. We can't rule out the possibility of a brief spin-up tornado, but I think that threat is very low. Coming up in Maine weather, we'll do a fresh look at Radar 3000, a fresh track on the showers and thunderstorms in southern Wisconsin, get a look at them with one of our sky cams, and then talk about that poor air quality in a few minutes.
All right, Alex, thank you. Track the forecast for yourself with our First Warn weather app. It has hourly planners, road conditions, and radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather.
The man accused of abducting a Beaver Dam teenager will have his arraignment hearing delayed. 40-year-old Gary Day faces 2 felony counts of abduction and 2 counts of child enticement. He was supposed to be in court today, but his arraignment has now been moved back 2 weeks to June 17th. Day's bond is set at $2 million. Now, prosecutors say the charges stem from February when Sophia Franklin, who was 16 at the time, disappeared from her home in Beaver Dam. Authorities issued a multi-state Amber Alert. And then in April, a truck driver and his wife later spotted Day and Franklin at a Nebraska truck stop. Investigators say Franklin is pregnant and Day is believed to be the father.
Madison police are investigating after an auto theft at a dealership on Friday night. This happened on Stoughton Road near Rindall Park. Police say at least 3 unidentified male suspects stole 2 cars overnight Friday. Police found both cars parked outside an address in Stoughton. Police arrested one man after watching him get into one of those cars. Police have not said whether the other suspects have been arrested.
A 23-year-old woman is recovering after a potential stabbing on State Street. The woman showed up at a hospital yesterday, and she told police that sometime between 1 and 2 in the morning Saturday, she was stabbed after a large fight. However, there are not any reports of fights downtown. Police are still investigating the stabbing, and anyone with information should please contact Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014 or online at p3tips.com.
A Milwaukee man is charged with framing an undocumented immigrant for threatening the president's life. Court documents allege Demetric Scott hand-wrote letters to Wisconsin officials with a return address connected to Ramon Morales Reyes, who is undocumented. Now, in it, he threatened to kill ICE agents and the president. Back in 2023, Scott was charged with armed robbery and battery, and the victim was Morales Reyes. Investigators believe Scott wanted to get Morales Reyes deported before he could testify in a trial. Morales Reyes remains in ICE custody with a deportation hearing set for Wednesday. The Sauk Prairie community celebrating the groundbreaking of a new housing development called Prairie Fields. The development sits on some 40 acres of land sold by the Sauk Prairie School District, and the sale comes with a stipulation that guarantees affordable rent for the next 10 years and reserves 2 units for school district use.
This entire region, the housing market obviously has been very hot, and Sauk Prairie is a part of that too. And so hopefully this will help us meet that need.
The development sits next to a park, child care center that's run by the school district and is also close to Highway 12 and a hospital. Well, in just a few days, the American Family Championship starts a new chapter at a new location.
Our Kyle Pozorski has been live out at TPC Wisconsin and has more.
Well, good evening, guys, out here on hole 18 of TPC Wisconsin. Like you said, Sarah, really just a picturesque golf course out here on Madison's north side. Things look great on the course right now, but of course, it all can't happen this Friday without the people volunteering. Really, as a matter of fact, many of them are former employees of American Family who is sponsoring this big event. I spoke with one of those who has been volunteering for all the years that this event has taken place over at University Ridge. He says it's the people who make this event so special.
There is a real camaraderie between each and every volunteer. The people I work with are really good people. They're energetic and they like helping out. We don't have a problem finding volunteers. They all want to be here.
Now, of course, this event, it does a lot for charity, raising almost close to $20 million going towards host players Steve Stricker and American Families Foundations, both of them. I spoke with the tournament director earlier today about that charitable impact.
One element doesn't change with this event, and it's the charitable impact. That's the core mission of this event, and that's what's great about all PGA Tour Champions related events, that all proceeds go back to charity, and that'll continue here with half the proceeds going to American Family Children's Hospital and the other half going to hundreds of organizations throughout the greater Madison and greater Wisconsin areas.
Chris also saying the money raised signifies the power an event like this truly can have.
We're proud to use professional golf as a platform to impact our community and give back to so many great organizations throughout the greater Madison area.
Now, again, the grounds here at TPC Wisconsin are now set and, again, looking good, despite the rain that did come down earlier today. Tomorrow now will begin the Pro-Am tournament. Last year we saw the likes of John Daly and Billy Mayfair take part in that. But what we're all really looking forward to is Friday's main event. That will take place again on Friday and running through Sunday. Full details about the entire tournament taking place out here can be found at over at AmFam Championship, AmFamChampionship.com. Again, that website, AmFamChampionship.com. Reporting here live at TPC Wisconsin, I'm Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
All right, Kyle, thank you. We'll still ahead on News 3 Now at 6, where you can go to choose your favorite people, places, and things in Madison.
Plus, a new wave of text scams are popping up on phones in Wisconsin. We'll fill you in on the new ways unsuspecting victims are being targeted.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
A new bill marks a new effort to crack down on service pet regulations.
That's right. News 3 Now's Jalen Banks joins us now from the Capitol on what this could look like.
A new Republican-authored bill aims to better regulate Wisconsinites who manipulate the service animal system. I had the chance to catch up with one of its authors on the motivation behind it.
Representative Paul Tittle and Senator Rachel Corval-Guevara authored a bill looking to better regulate service animals in Wisconsin.
We just want to have some consistency to our laws, and I think this will add some consistency to the laws. We're not changing it. It's protected under federal law, and but we are just saying you have to be legitimate.
If passed, this bill would modify how the state defines service animals. Right now, any animal can be a service animal. The change would limit it to dogs and miniature horses. It would also fine someone who is not being truthful as to whether or not their pet is actually a service animal.
So we have to balance the protection of the rights of the individual with the protection of the rights of the business owner as well, because we don't want to infringe upon their rights either. And they have to have a right to just say, hey, can you show me something that is legitimate?
Right. Those who would violate the new regulations could face a $200 fine for a first offense and up to $500 for multiple offenses.
For now, reporting at the Capitol, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
Well, the bill is in the co-sponsorship phase through Friday, and then Representative Tittle hopes to have a hearing on it by this fall.
The Wisconsin Department of Transportation is warning about a new wave of phishing scams. Those scammers are sending texts claiming to be from the DMV in an attempt to get you to click on fraudulent links or turn over your personal information. Now, the texts warn of a final notice or an unpaid traffic violation. The DMV encouraged using caution and being suspicious of texts demanding money. If you fall victim to a scam, consider filing a police report or report the scam to the Federal Trade Commission.
Well, if you feel like you're constantly receiving scam calls, texts, or emails, you are not alone. According to a CNET survey, 96% of U.S. adults receive at least one scam, email, text, or phone call each week. 90% say that they get a scam on a weekly basis, and law enforcement officials say fraudsters have become so good at crafting their messages and creating a sense of urgency that people need to stay vigilant, especially on phone calls.
If you don't know who that person is after you have said hello, don't say anything further, hang up. And the reason why I say that is so important is because artificial intelligence has evolved to where scammers are actually able to clone your voice and your responses to unfortunately use those for scams later.
According to the Federal Trade Commission, in 2024 alone, adults reported losing a collective $470 million in text scams.
Voting is now live for Madison Magazine's Best of Madison. This year there are 5 sections with 150 categories of people, places, and things to choose from. Voting runs through June 30th. You can cast 1 vote in each category. Last year, more than 29,000 people voted. The winners will be revealed in the Madison Magazine October issue. You can find a full list of the categories at channel3000.com. Just look for Best of Madison at the top of the website. Still ahead at 6, a new music and food festival coming to Madison.
Plus, the DNR warns about the worsening air quality in the state as Canada continues to deal with wildfires.
Also, Alex is back to complete forecast and will update our severe weather potential tonight. That's next.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
It turns out Chocolate Shop Ice Cream Day is June 12th, and it's coming with a sweet surprise. The date not only marks founder Nancy Dedman's 89th birthday, but the local ice cream store plans to hide golden stickers under random ice cream dishes at all 9 of its Madison area shops. Every golden sticker wins Chocolate Shop reward options, including pint koozies, scoop coins, lapel pins, and sunglasses. And this is the best part, one lucky guest somewhere in the city will find a special golden sticker and have free ice cream for an entire month.
That sounds good. And there's a new music and food festival coming to Madison this fall. The True North Music and Food Festival will be held at the Duck Pond September 27th. As we take a live look at a breezy, windy Warner Park right now, the festival will feature performances from Pokey Lafarge, the People Brothers Band, and others. There will also be 12 tents featuring food from local restaurants, including Beef Butter Barbecue, Heritage Tavern, and a Han. Tickets go on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. $2 from each ticket will go towards benefiting DAYS, which is Domestic Abuse Intervention Services, and the Dane County Food Collective. You can find more information at the festival's website, truenorthfest.com.
Despite the rain, the air quality problems are not going away for the next few days. The DNR recommends people reduce time outdoors today and tomorrow due to Canadian wildfire smoke. Right now, an air quality advisory is in effect for the entire state from now until noon tomorrow. This is the second time this year that an air quality advisory has been issued in Wisconsin, and both have been a direct result of Canadian wildfire smoke.
Everyone's going to need to be paying attention, reducing long or intense outdoor activities, taking it easier, taking more breaks, and then definitely be watching for symptoms like coughing, shortness of breath. Those type of things are going to be signs that your body's telling you to take a break or move inside.
Air quality advisories are expected to continue through the summer as these wildfires continue.
For more on the current air quality out there and the storm potential as well, let's go back to Alex. Complete look at the forecast.
The storms and the rain out there are helping to bring that smoke down to the ground briefly. So just a brief reprieve in the poor air quality. But we got to keep an eye on these storms as well because they have the potential of becoming severe, at least for the next couple hours through at least the late evening hours as alert day. Conditions continue across the area. We have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for Iowa, Dane, Dane, Lafayette, Greene, and Rock counties. This includes Dodgeville, Madison. This includes Darlington, Monroe, Janesville, and Beloit. The main threats are going to be for damaging winds. And here's this long line of thunderstorms that have evolved over the course of the past hour, rapidly moving to the northeast at about 45 miles per hour, bringing this into the DeForest area here in just 30 seconds or so. Fitchburg, about 6:30, downtown Madison, about 6:30, and then over towards the Fond du Lac and the Cottage Grove area as we start to approach the 7 o'clock hour. There are a couple of storms that have the interest of the National Weather Service, which I also see here on my end of things here. One cell near the Mount Horeb area has had some history, at least a potential thereof, for a little bit of rotation where we have some winds moving towards the radar, and then we have winds moving away from the radar. So if there is any rotation, there's been no wall clouds, funnel clouds, or tornadoes reported, but just a little bit of rotation with that cell near the Mount Horeb area that has the National Weather Service and my attention, and a cell that is moving through the center part of Lafayette County as we speak right now. Darlington just recently possibly seeing wind gusts of upwards of 55 to 60 miles per hour. So it's right on the threshold of severe. So we'll keep a close tab on these thunderstorms as they continue to move through the area. It's a small line of thunderstorms. Future track bringing the thunderstorms again. I think it's doing a good job here. 7, 8 o'clock up through Madison, then over towards Janesville and Watertown as we head towards 10 o'clock. After we get past 11, 12 o'clock, showers and maybe a rumble or two of thunder. So that window of opportunity for severe weather is between now and let's say 11 o'clock tonight, with the primary threat being damaging winds, but we can't rule out an isolated brief tornado spin up. That is not a likely outcome this evening, but something that we're certainly keeping a close eye on. Right now we can see those storm clouds building as we can always show you the view of our showers and thunderstorms in southern Wisconsin. And this is our live First Warn weather cam here, our Edgewater sky cam looking to the west at those storms entering the west part of Dane County. So if you're in Dane County right now tuning in, you need to be seeking shelter as this line of thunderstorms is on its way. Speaking of that smoke, all of that smoke gets brought down to the ground by the rain and the atmospheric conditions drawing it to the surface. But as we move into Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon, we bring that smoke back into the atmosphere again as that water moves out and allows that smoke to infiltrate and move across southern Wisconsin. That's why we have those air quality alerts across all of the state of Wisconsin. This is in the unhealthy category. Those who are sensitive to the smoky conditions are going to want to limit your activity outdoors or just stay indoors if that is a possibility. Staying pleasant temperature-wise after we get through tonight and after we get through our air quality day on Wednesday, with the next best chance of showers and thunderstorms not looking severe at this point in time would be Sunday going into Monday.
Lots of 70s. Great to see.
Nice temperatures.
Exactly.
Yep.
Thanks, Alex.
All right, and Zach is here with sports, and boy, Whitewater baseball, they're red hot right now.
They're not messing around.
No.
They came there for one thing, to win. Coming up in sports, just total domination in Ohio. Whitewater moved one win away from taking home a national championship. That's next on News 3 Now. It all comes down to this for Whitewater baseball. 2 wins and they'll compete their redemption tour and be crowned national champs for the first time since 2014. Just have to take down Maasai in the best-of-3 championship series. Well, game 1 went how you'd expect it to go, the way that the Warhawks have been playing in Ohio. They're up 2-0 in the 4th, 2 on for Dominic McVeigh, and 3 gone. The former Mineral Point pointer tees off to blow this game open. His 3-run bomb makes it 5-0 UW. And that lead would only grow. The next inning, Adam Kootway is up, and he did what he does, hit dingers. Whitewater finished with 20 hits and 18 runs. They're 1 win away from a national championship. Wisconsin is sending 10 athletes to Tracktown USA next week to compete in the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships. 5 of the 10 are throwers, and 1 Badger will be competing in 2 events. Taylor Kessner, who's coming off winning an indoor national championship in the weight throw, is the only athlete in the nation to qualify for nationals in both the discus and the javelin, a feat for the senior that truly means a lot.
It's kind of surprising, but it's also just very cool, very humbling. I think it's an odd combo, the weight, disc, and the jav, so I know the hard work's working off. 3rd time going to a national meet, and every time you get more comfortable to it, and you recognize the girls, and you know you can match up to them. And I think I'm more competitive than I've ever been at this stage, and I'm just really excited. I can't wait to get there.
And it's officially official. Wisconsin men's basketball will take on BYU in November at the home of the Utah Jazz, the Delta Center in Salt Lake City. The non-conference matchup will be the fourth meeting between the Badgers and Cougars, with UW leading the all-time series 2-1. That lone loss, of course, was last year in the NCAA tournament, when BYU ended Wisconsin's season in the second round.
All right, Zach, thank you. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10, the Wisconsin Historical Society will not raise a pride flag this June, breaking the organization's years-long tradition of doing so. But an anonymous employee tells News 3 Now the society's reason for sitting this tradition out could be motivated by money. Again, that's tonight. News 3 Now at 10.
And now a final check on our forecast.
Line of thunderstorms moving through the area right now. One storm that has attention of the National Weather Service and myself, northeast Lafayette County. All of southern Wisconsin will see this line move through as we move through the next couple hours. It brings it into Monroe 6:43 p.m. over towards Stoughton by 6:50 p.m. Strong damaging winds would be the main threat with this line of thunderstorms and some heavy rain. I'll be keeping a close tab on all the storms all evening.
Sounds good.
Right. Alex, thank you, and thanks for watching. Coming up next is Entertainment Tonight.
And our next newscast is coming up at 10 o'clock. And you can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+. See you soon.